Hey everyone, your go-to podcast for learning English and growing through powerful, real-life conversations. I'm Erin.
And I'm Evan. So, today's episode? It's a little different. But honestly, it's one of those things that feels really important. We're not just talking about self-improvement or productivity. We're talking about your body, the place you live in every single day. Whether you're chasing goals, learning new things, or simply trying to make it through the week.
Yeah. And let me just ask you this. When was the last time you actually checked in with your body? Not when it was exhausted or hurting, but just because it deserved your care?
Yeah, that hits. We take care of our phones, we update our apps, we organize our homes. But our own body, we rush it, we push it, and sometimes we just totally ignore it.
Exactly. And here's the part no one really says out loud. Your body? It's your home, not your apartment, not your job, not your social media profile. Your body is where you live and how you treat it. Yeah, that sets the tone for everything else.
So true. And just to be clear, this isn't about fitness goals or strict diets. We're talking about real self-respect. How to care for your body in the way you'd care for something valuable, something sacred. Because that's what it is. Oh, and definitely don't miss the end. Charlotte's dropping in for her vocabulary breakdown, where she's going to explain some of the words from today's talk in a clear, simple way.
So wherever you are, walking, folding laundry, lying on the couch, just take this time. This isn't just a podcast, it's a little nudge. Because your body, it doesn't just need a break. It needs your attention, your care, maybe a little kindness too.
Yeah, stick around, because by the end of this, you might not just feel inspired, you might actually feel reconnected with the part of you that's been quietly asking for care.
All right, deep breath in. Let's begin.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better.
Okay, let's start with something that's kinda obvious but still hits different when you really think about it. You only get one body. Like, that's it. No trade-ins, no spare. This is your only home.
Yeah, for real. And it's crazy, right? We'll upgrade our phones every year, stress over a scratch on our car, but when our body's drained, aching, falling apart, we're like, hey, it's fine, let's keep going.
Exactly. I picture it like living in this old house. Imagine the roof leaking, the walls cracking, and instead of fixing it, you just toss a bucket under the drip and call it a day. That's what we do to ourselves. We throw coffee on exhaustion. We pop pills for pain, but the cracks keep getting bigger.
Totally. And the thing is, you can replace a car, you can even move houses, but you can't move out of your body. It's your foundation. Everything. Your dreams, your happiness, your focus. It all depends on whether your home is standing strong or slowly crumbling.
Right? And if you don't take care of that foundation early, someday it's not just tired muscles you're dealing with. It's burnout, regret, breakdowns you didn't even see coming.
Which actually brings me to something I didn't realize for way too long. Most of us don't treat our bodies with care. We treat them with punishment. Like, oh, you're tired? Push harder. Oh, you gained a few pounds? Starve yourself? It's brutal when you step back and actually hear the way you talk to yourself.
Yeah, been there. I used to think feeling worn out meant I was weak. Like, needing rest was a flaw I had to fix, and I'd punish myself even more. Less sleep, more work, no mercy.
Same. There was this one time in my first job, I was pulling crazy overtime, barely eating real meals, and when I finally got sick, I was mad at my body. Like, what? Dude, you're the one who wrecked it.
Exactly. It's like yelling at a car for breaking down after you drove it on empty for 300 miles. What we should be doing is flipping the script. Less punishment, more gratitude. Instead of saying, ugh, I hate how tired I feel, maybe it's, wow, my body's been showing up for me nonstop, and it's finally asking for a break.
And honestly, when you start thinking like that, it's not about fixing yourself anymore. It's about taking care of your closest ally, the one that's been carrying you all along.
And speaking of ally, let's talk about how we fuel this thing. Because man, for the longest time, I treated food like a prize. Or worse, like a punishment.
Same. It was either, I deserve this giant pizza, or I need to eat nothing tomorrow to make up for it. It was all about guilt and reward, not energy.
Exactly. And the real shift happened when I started seeing food as literal fuel. Like, my body's not a trash can, it's an engine. You wouldn't pour soda into a race car and expect it to win. But we load up on junk and then wonder why we're sluggish and cranky.
Yup. I remember this one week where I lived off vending machine snacks because I was too busy to cook. By Friday, my brain felt like it was swimming in syrup. I couldn't focus, couldn't think straight. And it wasn't because I was lazy. It was because I was running on garbage fuel.
Exactly. It's not about perfect eating either. It's about being a little more intentional, choosing things that nourish you, Things that actually leave you feeling recharged, not wrecked.
Mm-hmm. Small shifts, man. Like swapping just one sugary snack for something real. Drinking more water. Choosing fuel that respects your engine instead of wearing it out.
Totally. It's the little things that add up.
You know, one thing that really changed my mindset was realizing movement isn't punishment. It's maintenance. Like basic maintenance for your body, the same way you'd get an oil change for your car.
Exactly. And it's so weird how we treat exercise like it's some kind of punishment for eating pizza or missing workouts. Ugh. When in reality, your body was designed to move. It craves it.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about killing yourself at the gym 6 days a week. I mean the little things. Stretching, taking a walk, dancing in your living room. Moving because you want to feel alive, not because you're trying to earn your next meal.
Totally. Movement is like brushing your teeth. You don't brush because you sinned. You brush because it keeps things clean and healthy. Same with your body. It's about keeping the system tuned and flexible, not punishing yourself.
Honestly, even a 10-minute walk after dinner can revitalize you way more than scrolling on your phone for an hour.
And just like movement is maintenance, rest is repair. And man, do we underestimate this? Rest isn't laziness. It's literal survival.
Yeah, no kidding. I used to think if I wasn't grinding, I was falling behind. So I'd stay up till 3 a.m. working on projects, thinking I was being productive. In reality, I was just overloading my brain.
Same. And the worst part? When you're running on empty, you think you're being efficient, but you're actually slower, moodier, and way more scattered. Your brain can't function without sleep. Your body can't heal. Sleep isn't optional. It's a non-negotiable.
Exactly. When you skip real rest, you're basically trying to build a house on sand. It doesn't hold up. Proper sleep, proper pauses. That's when your body does its magic. That's when it rebuilds you.
Rest isn't weakness. It's strategy.
And that brings us to something a lot of people don't want to hear. Pain isn't your enemy. It's a messenger.
Yeah, it's like your body has its own little warning system. Pain is your body's way of waving a red flag saying, hey, something's off. Please listen.
Exactly. But what do we do most of the time? We get mad at the pain. We drown it out with caffeine, numb it with painkillers, ignore it until it's screaming.
Ugh, yeah. I remember one time when my back started acting up. I thought, it's nothing, it'll go away. So I kept working crazy hours, barely moving. Weeks later, I couldn't even sit properly. My body wasn't punishing me. It was pleading for help, and I wasn't listening.
That's the thing. When you feel pain, whether it's physical or emotional, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. Your body is way smarter than you give it credit for. And every small ache, every bit of tension, every deep exhaustion, it's information.
Yeah, your body's always talking to you. It's just, are you willing to listen before it starts screaming? Because if you listen early, you can heal early. If you don't, well, you get a full shutdown you didn't ask for.
And honestly, that's where rituals come in, not routines. Rituals. Because routines feel like checklists, dry, forced, something you have to drag yourself through. But rituals, man, rituals are different. They feel sacred. They have heart.
Totally. Like, brushing your teeth because you have to feels like a chore, but brushing your teeth while lighting a candle and playing music? That's a ritual. It's small, but it feeds you differently.
Yeah, it's the difference between rushing through a morning and honoring it. A 5-minute stretch where you breathe and move. A tea you make at night that signals your brain it's time to unwind. Those tiny, intentional moments are what build real resilience over time.
And honestly, when you build even 1 or 2 tiny rituals you love, it changes the whole vibe of your day. Your body stops feeling like something you're battling and starts feeling like something you're nurturing.
And speaking of nurturing, here's something a lot of people forget. Your body and brain, they're not 2 separate things. They're a team.
Yeah. And when one's suffering, the other one can't pick up the slack forever. Like you can't fuel your brain with caffeine and your body with junk and expect to be calm, sharp, and focused. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. Your tired body makes your mind sluggish. Your racing mind makes your body tense. They're constantly feeding off each other. You take care of one. You automatically take care of the other. You abandon one. You drag both down.
And honestly, when you start seeing them as teammates instead of 2 separate battles, you get powerful. You start making choices that build both, not just one. You create momentum. You create strength.
Yeah. It's not about chasing perfect health or perfect habits. It's about building a partnership with yourself. A real one. Every step you take, every glass of water, every deep breath, you're choosing to strengthen your whole system, not just survive the day.
All right, English leapers, you know what time it is. Time for Charlotte's vocabulary breakdown.
She's going to walk you through some of the key words we use today so you can understand them better and start using them naturally yourself.
Take it away, Charlotte.
Hey everyone, it's Charlotte.
Let's quickly break down some of the useful words from today's episode. Ready? Let's go. Foundation. Meaning, the basic support that everything depends on. Example, good communication is the foundation of a strong team. Gratitude. Meaning, a feeling of being thankful. Example, I showed gratitude by writing a thank you note to my teacher. Sluggish. Meaning, moving slowly and without much energy. Example, I felt sluggish after eating a huge lunch. Nourish. Meaning, to give what is needed to stay healthy and strong. Example, fresh vegetables nourish your body and help you feel better. Ally. Meaning, a person or thing that supports you. Example, during the project my coworker was my greatest ally. Wreck. Meaning, to completely damage or destroy something. Example, the strong storm wrecked several boats at the harbor. Wear out. Meaning, to use something so much that it becomes weak or broken. Example, I wore out my running shoes after months of daily jogging. Revitalize. Meaning, to give new life, energy, or strength. Example, a good night's sleep revitalized me after a busy week. Non-negotiable. Meaning, something that is required and cannot be changed. Example, for me having some quiet time every morning is non-negotiable. Pleading. Meaning, asking for something in an emotional or serious way. Example, she was pleading with her friend to stay a little longer. Resilience. Meaning, the ability to recover quickly after hard times. Example, after losing the game, the team showed resilience by practicing even harder. Brutal. Meaning, extremely difficult, cruel, or harsh. Example, the winter this year was brutal with freezing temperatures and heavy snow. And there you have it. Pick one or two of these words and try using them in your conversations or writing this week. The more you use them, the more natural they'll start to feel. Alright, back to you, Aaron and Evan.
Thanks, Charlotte. That was awesome, as always.
And to everyone listening, thank you so much for taking the time today to reconnect with yourself a little more. Your body, your mind, your life, they all deserve your attention.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about little steps, small kindnesses, tiny rituals that build a better home for you from the inside out.
Alright, English leapers, that's all for today. Keep moving, keep resting, keep listening to the home you live in, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Take Care
channel.